Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with the next part of this chapter, control and coordination, where the chemical coordination, it is a cell. The cells of organisms communicate with each other through chemical signals, and that chemical signals are the secretion of cells. That are four types: autocrines, which stimulate itself; paracrines, stimulate neighboring cells; endocrines, stimulate distant cells; and pheromones, that stimulates another organism. So higher animals have complex body organization. Due to this, in addition of nervous coordination, there is need of chemical coordination. That is, the chemical coordination is carried out by secretion of ductless glands, and this chemical coordination system, which also called endocrine system, that means they don't have their own ducts, so secreted hormones are gets mixed with the blood, and through the blood they reach to their effective organ, that is termed as endocrine system. So the endocrine system, which controls the body activities, so here we can say which is indirectly by the hormones, and these are released directly into the blood. So hormone carried out to the effective organ or the target organ, we can say, where activities like growth and development takes place. Chemical nature of hormones according to their chemical structure, like amines, which are catecholamines, epinephrine, non-epinephrine, or melatonin. These are secreted from the pineal gland, we can say. So some modified from the amino acids, for example, thyroxine. Peptide hormones, the hormones of hypothalamus, oxytocin, ADH, and GnRH, which shows the short or long chains of amino acids. Protein hormones, that is insulin, glucagon, TSH, FSH, LTH, GH, and relaxin. Fatty acid derivatives like prostaglandin and steroid hormones, these are the lipid soluble derived from the cholesterol and other steroids, which actually get diluted with the fatty acids. So estrogen, testosterone, not with fatty acids, with the any kind of lipid. So that's why we can say these are actually dissolved with the lipid. Aldosterone, all kind of steroids which are lipid soluble. So action of these hormones which are concerned with long lasting response. And sixth one, that are the gas, that is nitric oxide. Properties of hormones, they are very low, effective in very low concentration, as they act as an enzyme. They inhibit or stimulate or modify specific processes in the body. They can interact with the receptor present on plasma membrane or target cells. That means they can stimulate any kind of secretion, or they can stop secretion. When they enter the nucleus, interact with the genes. So as long as they can also gets directly in contact with the genes. Hypersecretion or hyposecretion of hormone leads to the various disorders. That means they must be in the balanced form. These are metabolized after their function, so thus cannot be reduced. So they are actually totally get digested when they are used, so cannot be reused again, like enzymes. So hormone secretion, which is regulated by the positive or negative feedback mechanism, that we are going to study in detail. Mechanism of hormone action. These are released in very small quantity because they require in very small quantity just to stimulate any kind of secretion. They produce their effect on the target organ cells by binding to hormone receptors. So hormone receptors may be on the cell membrane or may be intracellular. That means maybe inside the cell or on the cell membrane, or maybe between the cells. So hormone receptor complex, that means two hormones, that are the biochemical change is in the target tissue, that which is formed because of the hormone, that is two hormones, receptor complex. Mode of hormone action through membrane receptors. So hormones like catecholamines, peptide and polypeptide hormones are not lipid soluble. So they cannot either their target cells through the plasma membrane. So they cannot enter the target through the plasma membrane because plasma membrane, which is made up of lipid, these non-steroid water-soluble hormones interact with surface receptor, so which initiate the metabolic activity. So molecules of amino acid deprivates peptide hormones bind to specific receptor molecule located on the plasma membrane. So amino acid, which are actually the receptor, we can say, especially for the water soluble hormones, we can say. Thus enzyme forms cyclic AMP from ATP of the cell, that is CAMP activates the enzymatic actions. The hormone acts as a first messenger and CAMP is the second messenger. So other kind of second messengers like calcium ions, CGMP and IP3, that is inositol triphosphate, we can say. The mode of action through the intercellular receptors, that steroid and thyroid hormones are lipid soluble and easily pass through the plasma membrane of target cell into the cytoplasm. In the cytoplasm, they bind to specific intracellular receptor, that proteins forming hormone receptor complex that enters in the nucleus. In the nucleus, the hormone receptor complex binds to a specific regulatory site of DNA. So the activated genes transcribe mRNA, which directs the protein synthesis and enzymes in the cytoplasm. So how that kind of thing, we can say, the hormones actually performs their function. They stimulate the secretion of any kind of enzymes. Action of lipid soluble hormone is slower but long lasting. Major endocrine glands. One is hypothalamus. It is ectodermal in origin and located at the floor of the diencephalon. Major function of hypothalamus is maintain homeostasis. Ectodermal, that means it is outside the outside the functional area. It controls the secretory activity of pituitary gland by the release of inhibiting hormones. That is, release and inhibiting hormones for the production of hormone and also for the stopping the production of the hormone. All hormones of hypothalamus are peptide hormones. So they are secreted by the neurosecretory cells, or they are called neurohormones because it is related to the brain. The hormones secreted by hypothalamus are ADH and oxytocin. Pituitary gland or hypophysis gland. The pituitary gland is smallest gland. It is pea-sized reddish grey colored gland. Controls almost all other endocrine glands. Hence, earlier it was called the master endocrine gland. Located just below the hypothalamus, attached to the stalk by infundibulum or hypocele stalk, which remains long in the bony depression called the sella tertiaria of the sphenoid bone of the cranium. Pituitary gland consists of two lobes, anterior and posterior lobes. That is adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis. Both the lobes develop from different parts of embryo, hence it has of dual origin. So adenohypophysis is an outgrowth from the roof of buccal cavity, which is known as Rathke's pouch, and it grows upward towards the brain. Neurohypophysis grows in the downward extension of hypothalamus, and the two outgrowths together form the pituitary gland. The connection of the Rathke's pouch with the pituitary gland is lost in embryo. The intermediate lobe, there is pars intermedia, which is a small reduced part lying in the cleft between the anterior and posterior lobe. So neurohypophysis is connected directly to the hypothalamus by axon fibers. Adenohypophysis and intermediate lobes are connected to the hypothalamus through hyphaseal portal system. That is, we can say, a kind of hypophyseal, that means adenohypophysis, and intermediate lobes are connected to the hypothalamus. That means they are directly totally related to the brain. Here is a diagram given, you can check in our textbook also. Adenohypophysis, a largest lobe of pituitary gland. It is a highly cellular and vascular part of pituitary gland. Contains various types of epithelioid secretory cells, acidophils, basophils, chromatophores, differentiated into three parts: pars distalis, pars intermedia, and pars tuberalis. The hormones of adenohypophysis are as follows: somatotropin or somatotropic hormones, or STH, or growth hormone, or GH hormone. This hormone stimulates growth and development of all tissues by accelerating protein synthesis and cell division. That's why it is also termed as growth hormone. So highest secretion of GH is seen till puberty, then its secretion becomes low. However, it is continuously secreted throughout life for the repair and replacement of the body tissues or cells, of course for mitosis. Improper secretion of growth hormone produces various disorders like hyposecretion of growth hormone since childhood results in stunted physical growth, and condition is called pituitary dwarfism. Hypersecretion of growth hormone in childhood causes gigantism, a condition of overgrowth. The individual attains abnormal height when the pituitary gland produces excess growth of hormone. In middle-aged adults, it results in disappropriate growth causing disfigurement and enlargement of bones of nose, lower jaw, hands, fingers, feet. The condition is called acromegaly. Next hormone is thyrotropin or thyroid stimulating hormone, that is TSH. Primary action is to stimulate the thyroid gland secretion of the hormone thyroxine. So adrenocorticotropin hormone, ACTH hormone, that is next hormone, that is adrenocorticotropin, stimulates adrenal cortex to produce and secrete its hormones, maintains functioning of adrenal cortex. Prolactin, luteinotropin, or mammotropin. Prolactin is unique along pituitary hormone as it is under predominant inhibitory control from hypothalamus. It is also activates the growth of breast during pregnancy, that is mammotropin, and which also stimulates the milk production and secretion of milk, that is lactogenic, by mammary gland after the childbirth. Gonadotropin, follicle stimulating hormone. Gonadotropins, which are the group of hormones. First one, that is follicle stimulating hormone, FSH, stimulates growth of ovarian follicles in the females. It is concerned with the development. It is concerned in the development of seminiferous tubules in male. Luteinizing hormone, that are LH. In female, the luteinizing hormone helps in ovulation, the discharge of ovum from Graafian follicle. These two that we have seen in the second chapter, that is reproduction in human. So FSH and LH are responsible for stimulation of ovaries to produce estrogen, while LH induces the ruptured follicle to develop into corpus luteum and for production of progesterone. Interstitial cell stimulating hormone, ICSH. In males, it acts on interstitial cells of testes to produce the androgen called testosterone. So testosterone is one of the steroid hormone responsible for the development of secondary sexual characters in males especially. Neurohypophysis, it is differentiated into three parts: pars nervosa, that is neural lobe, infundibulum, and the medial eminence. Pars nervosa act as a storage area for the secretions of hypothalamus. It stores and releases oxytocin and vasopressin. So first, that is oxytocin, which stimulates the contraction of uterus during parturition. Parturition, that means at the time of birth of the baby. It also stimulates the contraction of mammary glands to initiate ejection of release of milk. So at the starting point of the secretion of milk. So it is called the birth hormone or milk ejecting hormone. Antidiuretic hormone ADH or vasopressin stimulates reabsorption of water that we have seen in the excretion chapter in distal converted tubule and connecting ducts of the uriniferous tubule of the kidneys. So which actually what we can say responsible for the reabsorption in the kidney. Decreases loss of water by reducing the urine quantity and increases blood pressure by causing the vasoconstriction. So deficiency of ADH reduces water reabsorption, increases urine output, and this condition, which is called as diabetes insipidus, that we have studied in our previous standard. Excessive micturition causes excessive thirst, and this condition is called polydyspesia. Pars intermedia, it is poorly developed in human beings. It secretes melanocyte stimulating hormone MSH in some lower vertebrates. MSH which stimulates the dispersion of the melanin granules in the melanocytes and which is responsible for the skin pigmentation. Pineal gland, arising from the roof of diencephalon and is located between the two cerebral hemispheres. Pineal gland is sensitive to the biochemical signals of light. It secretes a hormone called melatonin, also known as sleep hormone. Melatonin is derived from tryptophan and plays a very important role in the regulation of biological clock. For example, 24-hour diurnal rhythm of our body. It helps in maintaining the normal rhythm of sleep-wake cycle and also influences the body temperature, metabolism, and reproductive cycles. Thyroid gland. It is the largest endocrine gland, and this bilobe gland is situated in front of the trachea, just below the larynx. It is richly supplied with the blood vessel. The two lobes of thyroid gland are connected a non-secretory band called isthmus. The thyroid lobes are composed of rounded follicles held together by interfollicular connective tissues called stroma. So isthmus, that means we can say a kind of two lobes of thymus gland, and stroma is their follicular connective tissues which are actually connecting these two parts. Stoma contains blood capillaries and small group of parafollicular cell or C cells, that are clear cells we can say. Thyroid follicles are composed of cuboidal epithelium resting on the basement membrane filled with the gelatinous colloid just for the secretion. Here the position of the thyroid gland which is given, and also the histology of thyroid gland, that is TS of thyroid gland. Thyroid stimulating hormone TSH stimulate thyroid gland to secrete its hormone. Follicular cells of thyroid gland secrete two hormones, thyroxine, that is tetraiodothyronine, that are T4, that is 4 atoms of iodine, and T3, that is triiodothyronine. Thyroxine is synthesized by iodination, that is attaching iodine to amino acid, and tyrosine by enzymatic action. So the amino acid tyrosine molecule binds to iodine to protein monoiodothyronine, that is T1 cells we can say, or 2 atoms of iodine to produce diiodothyronine, that is T2. T1 and T2 molecule bind end to end, make colloidal mass inside the follicle. They get attached to each other. So they are further metabolized to prepare T3 and T4. Triiodothyronine or T3 is also secreted in small quantity. It is physiologically more active. So thyroid gland is the only gland that stores its hormone. T3 and T4 hormones are stored before secretion and are regulated by thyrotropin of pituitary glands by negative feedback mechanism. So thyroxine regulates the basal metabolic rate of body. It also regulates metabolism by stimulating protein synthesis and promotes growth of body tissue. It helps in thermoregulation by increasing heat production. It increases action of neurotransmitters, adrenaline and noradrenaline. It also supports the process of RBC production and maintenance of water and electrolyte balance in the body. Also regulates the reproductive cycles in females. Parafollicular cells or C cells produce calcitonin hormone and which regulates calcium metabolism, that it is directly related to the metabolism of calcium in our body. That's why the amount of calcium which level up in the level of blood, in the blood level, maintained by this hormone. Disorder related to thyroid gland. Hyperthyroidism caused by increase in the levels of thyroid hormones, increases metabolic rate, sensitivity, sweating, flushing, rapid respiration, bulging of eyeballs, and effects of various physiological activities. Graves' disease. Exopathal, sorry, exophthalmic goiter, that is hyperthyroidism in adults. It is characterized by the protruding eyeballs, increased BMR, and weight loss. So increased BMR produces a range of effects like increased heartbeat, increased BP, higher body temperature, nervousness, irritability, tremor of fingers, and bulging eyeballs. Hypothyroidism caused by deficiency of thyroid hormones or removal of thyroid gland, that is thyroidectomy. Creatinism. Hypersecretion in infants leads to creatinism, that certain has reduced BMR and low oxidation. They have short stature because the skeleton fails to grow. That means body is not perfectly formed. Mentally retarded, that mental retardation found. Dry skin, thick tongue, prolonged neonatal jaundice, that means jaundice by birth. Leathery, lethargy and constipation, that means a kind of difficulty in passing the stool. This can be treated by the early administration of thyroid hormones. Certain shows stunted physical growth which delayed puberty and also shows mental retardation. Myxoedema, a deficiency of thyroid hormones in adults. It is characterized by peculiar thickening and puffiness of skin and subcutaneous tissues, particularly of the face and extremities. Patient lacks alertness, intelligence. Patient suffers from slow heart rate, low BP, always feeling cold, low body temperature, and retarded sexual development. Simple goiter. Iodine deficiency goiter. Iodine is needed for synthesis of thyroid hormone. If there is deficiency of iodine in the diet, causes enlargement of thyroid gland, leads to simple goiter. Size of thyroid gland is increased, but total output of thyroxine is decreased. So this disease is common in hilly areas. Addition of iodine to table salt prevents this disease. Calcitonin, secreted by the C cells or parafollicular cells, it regulates the concentration of calcium and phosphorus in the blood. It functions under feedback control of plasma calcium concentration in plasma, that means in the cytoplasm of each and every cell, secreted when concentration of calcium rises in the blood. It lowers the concentration of calcium and phosphorus in the blood, so indirectly in the plasma, by decreasing their release from the bones and accelerating the uptake of calcium and phosphorus by the bones. Parathyroid gland. Parathyroid gland is situated on the posterior surface of the lobes of thyroid gland, and these parathyroid gland are four in number, named as superior and inferior parathyroid gland. So parathyroid gland secretes a peptide hormones called parathormone, that is PTH. It is called Colles hormone. It regulates calcium phosphate balance between the blood and the other tissues, and this parathormone increases blood calcium level. It draws calcium from bones, increases calcium absorption in the digestive tract, reduces loss of calcium in the urine. Secretion of parathormone is under feedback control of blood calcium level. Concentration of calcium and phosphate is maintained by parathormone and calcitonin of thyroid gland. These two hormones form antagonistic pair like insulin and glucagon. Hyposecretion of parathormone, hypo means less secretion, lowers the concentration of calcium in the blood, which increases excitability of nerves and muscles, causing muscle twitch and spasm. So muscles twitch, that means muscles are tired, and spasm, that means low activity. This is called parathyroid tetany or hyperkalemic tetany. Hypersecretion of parathormone is responsible for more absorption of calcium from bones, that is demineralization of bone, resulting in the softening of bones, bending and fracture of bone. This is called osteoporosis, common in women who have reached to menopause.